Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the New Mexico State Aggies, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him, and if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access, because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, and he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step.
Found the seam on the left. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Makes the catch, it's Adams. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown time. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know these guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. The Aggies offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
He'll do it himself. And it's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
It's so hard to force fumbles. And when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back in.
Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not starting this kid with was looking for, very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll give it to the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
To the air, it's Russell. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. So now on comes the field goal unit. He gets a hand on it. That's a live ball. Defense has it.
You know, it's blocked field goals in moments like that that are momentum changers. That could be the difference in this game. What a great individual effort knocking that thing down.
The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking for room. It's Young. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The give on the option. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. they'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Georgia is on top, but this is a close game. And, you know, back in the day, you'd feed Herschel Walker and go home. That guy needs to emerge for them today. They are up by 7 over Kentucky. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Complete to the left. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Dropping back, it's Baker. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Get it out on the screen. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. To the air, it's Baker. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Couldn't you just see the offensive staff room this week? They'll never expect us to throw it to the fullback.
They did. I was caught off guard. I didn't think they were going to throw it to the big fella, but I'll tell you what, nice job by the defense, being ready for whatever comes their way, getting the big tackle for a loss.
Moves away as he feels pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Leaves it with the back. It's loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Such a great job on the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means third and long. Third and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Makes the catch at the 30. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Leaves it with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Got the first down and more. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ready to fire from the pistol. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Russell. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense, next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
They go to the draw. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. Didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Right on the money. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down, first down, first down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense, they just can't find any answers.
Gonna run it. It's Young. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Back to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Clark.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Running back searching for a hole. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Marches ahead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
With these last 2 plays, they've just taken this drive and thrown it right into the fire. Can they snatch it out on third and goal? Into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire. And a game like this makes you harken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Baker. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Taking it the other way. Touchdown Tide. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield. Great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout. And man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Aggies really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Alabama.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Back to throw, it's Baker. Looking left. That's reeled in, it's Banks. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
He's brought down.
New Mexico State lines up quickly.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. Zings it complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Caught over the middle. It's Banks. Tackle was made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the 1st down.
Near the 48-yard line. And 1st down for the offense.
To the air on 1st down. Time to take a shot. Catch inside the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. But starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Here comes the heat. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete to the right. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Aggies.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
Lining up for the PAT. They get the extra point on the board, but they're still down 35-7.
That makes the score Alabama 35, New Mexico State.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Gets open down the middle.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Sends it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
They punt it away on 4th down. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. They'll leave it with him. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Hand off to the fullback. Tried to fight his way forward, but he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big loss.
Run it with the fullback. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose, and no running room there. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Russell. The short hands, it's Adams. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
After that amazing performance in Week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their execution. This team is going to be a contender this year. You can just feel it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Georgia is currently up big at this moment, so much so they're on the verge of giving UGA the rest of the day off. They're up by 24 over Kentucky. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
To throw, it's Baker. Makes the grab. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Bringing the heat. It's complete to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Turning on the Jets. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Third down is money down, and they were money. Great job getting the football to your playmaker, and then watch, after the catch, making the play, getting the big first down. Now you're set up in great position to go get 6 with a first-and-goal opportunity.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating...
Trying to get it in. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you could tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job playing fast, trusting their eyes, and forcing a third down.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's perfect. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Quarterback keeper. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front, and guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run a lot of different types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's face, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to buy time. Got his man downfield. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No, sir, no mas, get it together.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Knocked off his feet. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Might want to muster up that protection. They had one blocked earlier. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he'll bring it out of the... And he loses the ball deep in his own end.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick. And if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass, it's Baker. That's caught, it's Worley. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. Now on the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board.
Open field on the right. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Army is just getting blown off the field right now. And I was there for the 0-13 season back in the day. This one will sting almost as much. Just brutal. They're trailing by 21 to Florida Atlantic. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Using his legs, it's Pryor. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Hauls it in. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. Making side adjustments here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Jukes his way for more. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. They go to the ground. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll line before he's finally knocked down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to the ground. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
And that was a nice 2nd down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
Using his feet. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So that drive covered just 44 yards and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Off-play action on 1st down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the back, finding an escape route.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Oh, he got loose. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Great place to start for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field, and this guy, you know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the fourth quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Now on the option. The pitch. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
New Mexico State will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout.
Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the running back. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Give to the running back. There he goes. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He wants to change this route. Toss to the outside. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
The give to the tailback. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. They're wanting to pile up some extra points. He'll take a shot. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.